Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this afternoon mountain weather update. Let's go to Steamboat. They're reporting 11 inches of snow in the last 24 hours, but clearly it's been snowing all day. You may have added another 3 to 6 inches to that total, and it'll snow light for the rest of today, dry up tomorrow, and then we'll get a little wraparound effect on 12/26 Tuesday. But here's the view up at Aspen Snowmass. It's been snowing off and on most of the day up there, looking really good. Love seeing this snow up there at Aspen and Snowmass, the Highlands, and Buttermilk. All right, here are my the latest headlines I've got. Here's what I'm seeing this afternoon. So Colorado, you've got snow continuing today. Will dry up on Christmas Day, but then there may be some wraparound, very light snows, especially over the eastern plains of Colorado. Winds may get a little bit of that over the Continental Divide on 12/26. Then we start to look ahead. Pacific Northwest, British Columbia will have snow 12/25 through probably 12/28 with a couple of breaks in there, but looks like some pretty good snow, about 5,000 or 6,000 feet up there. That'd be the rain snow line. Then in California, you've got some light snow late 12/27 and some snow 12/29 and 12/30. That's looking moderate at this point, moderate accumulations. And this has been on and off the forecast charts now for the last few days, but the possibility of an interior snow, what's left over in California, does it survive the trip and make it into Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, Colorado, New Mexico? It's possible for New Year's Eve. So that's been something that has been inconsistent, but I'm seeing it here, and I'll show it to you here in a second. Let me take you back, and I want to show you water vapor satellite at this hour. So here's what we're looking at. Here comes, so this is a part of a big low that's hitting the Pacific Northwest in BC right now. There's another big low behind it. That's the one that will start to push more moisture a little further to the south through 12/27. And then there's another low behind that, which will move in for 12/29 and also 12/30 along the coast. So we've got storms stacked up. But the question is, how much of this survives and makes it into the interior Rockies? It may be the case that we have to wait for this last low right here. That may be the one that survives and we get that interior snow. But like I said, that's been in and out of the forecast for the last few days. All right, here's the latest forecast radar and satellite. So that's the current state of affairs. By the time we get into Christmas morning, you can see everything's breaking up and Colorado low moves away. But watch the cyclonic backside. See how it swings some snow back on Tuesday? Very light. But it clouds things back up for Tuesday, and then the low begins to move away. Here comes that next low hitting the west coast. There's that light snow for Tahoe, and then it just breaks up as it hits the interior. Here comes the next storm system for the west coast. And again, this one's got a little more to it, and I think we're going to see probably moderate snow accumulation for the Sierra as this moves in 12/29 and 12/30. Then this low, or a piece of it, breaks off and moves into Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, potentially Montana, and New Mexico for New Year's Eve. All right, let's look at the latest jet pattern here. And here's what we've got. So this is 12/31. You can see a little bit of a dip there, and plus some southern branch support over Colorado. That would be that area of low pressure just kind of sliding through. Looks like light accumulations for a lot of places, but maybe moderate, some pockets of moderate. We'll see. Let's go even further down the road. So this is the 2nd of January, 2024. Powerful subtropical jet, a little bit of northern branch support. Not as much as I'd like to see. But you can see an area of low pressure, the next one on the 2nd, getting ready to make its move towards the west coast. So we've got a little bit of action there to talk about. All right, as far as numbers go, actually, let me show you what the projection is here. Forecast radar. So I showed you this. If you watched the update this morning, there was very little on this on 12/31. Now, all of a sudden it's back. There's a better chance of some snow through the interior on New Year's Eve. And if this holds together, that would mean some new powder for New Year's Eve and also New Year's Day. We'll see. I'll keep tracking it. All right, latest numbers. So rest of today through the 25th, maybe another inch in the mountains of Colorado. Most of the snow otherwise is up Washington State and BC. Period 2, and this is 12/26 through 12/29. That little bit of snow in Colorado is from that wraparound effect on 12/26. Otherwise, maybe Mount Shasta gets a decent amount. Of course, the higher elevations, if you're way high up, you're going to get more. Mount Shasta being one of those places. Up in the Pacific Northwest, Baker, Rainier, Whistler get a fair amount of snow during that period. Now, here's the interesting final period, and I'm sure this will change some more before we get there. But this is 12:30 through 1-2, and remember that possibility of interior snow on 12:31. That's where you see some of this accumulation coming from right here. Light in most locations, but moderate in a couple of others. All right, let me take you up to the northeast. A couple of things to mention here for the northeast. So you've got rain coming 12:27, 12:28, some light snow on 12:29. What you see here, the bulk of this is from something potentially around January 2nd or January 3rd. That's a long way out there, but nonetheless, I wanted to at least represent a little bit of it. It's possible there's a storm system out there after we get into the new year. It's colder. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this afternoon Mountain Weather Update. Always appreciate you tuning in here, and take care.